Hello and SOS from Desert Island, the podcast where we imagine ourselves stranded on a desert island and have to choose what 3 items we bring with us from a different category each episode. I'm Alex, and with me are my co-hosts, Mitch and Justin. Guys, we're doing something a little bit different today. We are picking which 3 celebrities we'd like to be stuck on a desert island with. So, and maybe we should say 3 additional celebrities, because I assume by the time this episode gets published, we'll be moving in some pretty powerful circles ourselves.
Yep, that's a good point.
Yeah,
that's fair.
Are we calling them celebrities? Are we calling them famous people? Like, how's it defined?
Yeah, I think that's a good question. Like, what's the benchmark that each person has to clear?
Like, does somebody on the D list work? You know?
Well, I think if we all know who this person is, then they count, and they can't be in our friend group or family or something like that.
I was thinking at least one of the other 2 of us has to recognize the name or know.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Or like you can say, oh, it's this person from this thing, and we're like, oh yeah.
You just got to be able to qualify it a little
Yeah.
bit.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's fine.
Good ground rules.
I think that's fair.
Good ground rules.
Do these celebrities come with any accessories? Like if I choose a musician, do they get a guitar?
Good
I would say yes.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
I would say at minimum they can. Like, our plane went down and they saved the one thing that's most important to them.
Okay, like it was their carry-on luggage or something?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh, we'll have to make that into an episode.
That's interesting.
Your plane goes down, what's your carry-on items that you fight to save and bring to your island?
Yeah. Okay.
For a later episode.
Yeah.
And we have to assume that these celebrities are like cool with this, right? Like,
well, I mean, I'm not cool being on this
as
island,
cool as
but
we are.
yeah, as cool as you can be on a desert island. But yeah,
I don't think we get to decide how they feel.
They have no
like
choice. They have no choice in this.
This is like a magic no one ages, no one dies kind of island. What are we talking here?
Yeah, I think that's fair. I mean, I think you get the celebrity at whatever age or period of their life that you want. Well, or you want to, I would even argue.
I don't know about that.
No? Okay.
I think we're bending.
Wow. Guys, okay.
I think
let's bend the reality of this podcast.
Look,
should we just say it's a regular island? It's like just a regular old island? Okay.
No, I say the rules still apply. We don't have to put any guardrails on how old they are and what they're doing.
All right, fine. I'll concede that. You get them right now. That's fine.
Yeah. Because you get yourself right now.
Yeah.
So it's whatever relationship you have to their age, that's where they're going to be when you go down.
Okay.
Cool. Justin, I know you talked to your wife about this when making selections. I did too. That must have led to some interesting conversations. I asked my wife this question, and I said we were doing this episode, and she immediately, without pause, goes, "Oh, Kiefer Sutherland."
What?
I was like,
because he'll tackle the trees on the island, or what?
She's like, yeah, he on 24. He's like, he seems like he'd be good at it. I was like, no.
No, what?
Jack Bauer does not count.
It's not a person.
So, any like, what was like the most out there person you considered?
Oh, I don't think
That didn't make your list. Unless I don't want to spoil anything yet.
Wow, I don't think I had any that were that outlandish, or
Not Donald Sutherland, maybe Kiefer's father.
Yeah.
but if you're gonna take Sutherland, is
which
that not the
Sutherland are you
Sutherland
taking?
you
Yeah.
want?
Yeah,
Right?
that's fair.
Yeah.
I mean, his work in Backdraft when he talked about burning them all, like how good was that?
Yeah, that's
Sure, yeah.
What a pull.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Okay.
You're welcome. So no, I can't answer for that one.
Okay.
I think the direction I was going with my picks was baked pretty early, and then it was just finding the right people to fit into those categories.
Okay.
So.
Tell us more. What was the direction you had?
Yeah. So I have a certain set of skills, and
Podcasting.
that is management.
Microphone setup.
So what I was looking for in my picks were people that are going to be down to earth, people that I like being around, day to day.
I think that's important.
With famous people, celebrities that could be really risky,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
Sure.
I also was going to look for people that I believed could feed me,
Sure.
I think that's a great call.
perhaps build shelters or
Yep.
boats.
Yep.
Yep.
And maybe bring some entertainment to the island.
Yep.
So
I think you're covering the bases there.
yeah. So that's really what drove my picks.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a sweet spot for being stranded on a desert island with anyone, celebrity or not. You got to bring some skills to the table. You got to be a good hang, and can't get too down when the rains come in.
Sure. For sure.
Yeah.
Well, let's go. I'll stick with you, Justin. Who you got on your island?
All right, let's start with the man, the myth, the legend. Born 1970, he's most famous for playing the character Ron Swanson on the sitcom Parks and Rec.
Fuck, man.
And
Jesus.
that is Mr. Nick Offerman.
I'm pretty bummed I didn't think about this.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, look, he's also an accomplished author. He did Paddle Your Own Canoe and Where the Deer and the Antelope Play. I've read several of his books. Actually, I've met him. He's a Scotch guy, super down to earth. Nominated for Outstanding Host multiple times for the show Making It. And I think that when you look at somebody like that has to be a sort of a reality host, you can see the characters they play. Like Ron Swanson's fucking hilarious, but who is Nick Offerman, the person? When you see him as hosts, when you see him interacting with other people and real people, you get a better taste for who they are. And as you read his books, you realize what a fucking great woodworker he is. He owns his own shop, building furniture and things like that. And my whole thought in this pick was like, it's somebody that seems cool, likes to drink scotch, and he built a canoe with his bare mitts. And what is going to be more valuable to somebody than shelter and a canoe if you're stuck on an island?
You're totally right.
Yeah, and also assuming you probably won't have a mirror, so you'd want someone that looks like you, so you could constantly stare at yourself.
What are you saying?
I'm saying you look like Nick Offerman, and that's
really.
Been, yes.
Oh, I don't know.
What? Really?
I guess I need to see him with a mustache, I think.
Or hair?
Well, I don't know about that. We can put a wig on you. That's
interesting.
Fine,
like I know you've said that before, Mitch, and I take that as a great compliment.
Yeah.
And I've had other people say that before too. I just I struggle myself to see the the tie.
Yeah, we'll put it on our Instagram and get people to vote if you look like him or not.
I'm pulling up pictures right now. I can squint and see it.
Yeah.
I can close my eyes and see it.
This is a great pick. I think Nick Offerman has always struck me as someone who is a woodworker who moonlights as an actor.
I think he would describe himself like, I picture our plane going down and he's going to fight to save one item from the plane. It's going to be his pocket knife. Because he seems like he could MacGyver a boat out of a tree and a pocket knife. So that's how I picture my Offerman coming.
Yeah, nice. Okay, I do like this little twist that you just threw in here too, which is what one item did they save from their luggage?
Yeah, that's a good call.
That's good. I have no doubt the man can make a fire. So with all the other skills in there, I'm going to trust him to, keep us warm and potentially float us off the rock. And
that's a great pick.
Sure.
One.
That's a great pick.
Pick number 2. This will be interesting to see if either of you know this pick. Born 1983, she won season 10 of Top Chef in Seattle. She took over as host in 2023, 2 Emmy nominations for Outstanding Host. Released her memoir Accidentally on Purpose in 2025, and that is Kristen Kish. I Need to Be Fed. And this is somebody that, first off, she won a fucking cooking show and did it with such authority that they then made her the host of the show. As you get to know her as a person throughout this, through her hosting, it's kind of the same thing that you see with Nick Offerman, that this just seems like a genuinely good and down-to-earth person.
Sure.
She's also currently starring on the cast for the show Traitors.
Oh, cool.
And that's where you really get to look and see kind of behind the curtain on how do people behave when they're a good guy or a bad guy, and no one knows. And I think it's pretty revealing that she'd be one of those down-to-earth people. Seems like would be an awesome hang. She's around my age. Like, I don't want to hang out with a bunch of people younger than me. I'm not going to be picking...
Ouch, but okay, that's fine.
People in their early 20s or, too late into their 60s and stuff. I think people in the same generation pull is what I was talking about. But, now I'm sheltered and fed. With my first 2 picks.
What's her specialty? Does she have a dish that you would be really psyched for her to make for you?
French with Italian influence.
And on a desert island, it would be fish with sand.
Sushi.
Nice.
Yeah. Winning in Seattle, they do a lot of regional foods on that show, right? So that being where we're all from, comes into play, and
Sure.
that's going to be somebody that I know is used to cooking things that I'll eat.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Feels
sure.
like home. She's probably spent some time in Seattle. You can talk about your favorite haunts. I like it.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, that's a good pick. I'm not familiar with this person, but
is she going to pass the test to allow
for sure.
it?
I think
famous enough.
Yeah, and I think another good bar is do they have a Wikipedia page? Which she does, and she even has her photo on there. So you're golden.
the photo matters
Yeah,
on Wikipedia.
it
'Cause I have a
does.
Wikipedia page, right, and it's blank.
What?
No, I'm joking. Don't look that up.
Yeah.
We might after this though.
Okay.
All right, on to my third and final pick.
Yeah.
It's the entertainment aspect. Born 1982, frontman and founder of the Lumineers, Wesley Schultz.
Okay.
Yeah.
This pick was a tough one because I'm thinking about the environment around us. Desert island, assuming we've got the Offerman fire roaring, sitting around after a good meal, and he escaped the plane with his guitar. And who doesn't want to sit around a campfire with the guitar player and excellent vocalist? He released the album Vignettes in 2020, which was his solo album away from the Lumineers, and he described that as a love letter to the songs I played when starting to make music in bars and coffee shops. These are the ones that taught me how to write, and by learning cover songs, I found a voice of my own. We being my wife and I, saw him with the Lumineers last year, right after the death of his brother. He was very, very vulnerable about it on stage in front of thousands and thousands of people, and that ties into the down-to-earth, real person that I want on my island with me. And not to mention, his music's awesome, his songwriting's excellent. So, yeah, that's the pick.
Yeah, I like it.
good.
I'm not the biggest Lumineers fan, but I think that genre, that voice, his guitar style, I think that plays really well around a fire.
Yeah.
So around the fire music, John Mayer popped in there for a bit. I also was thinking of Jeff Tweedy from Wilco, and I'm like, I can't pick Tweedy because he's fucking friends with Nick Offerman, and I don't want to be the odd man out of the three celebrities giggling and telling jokes behind my back. So
Well, you all have no one else to talk to at that point, so
they don't have a choice.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I would worry too much about that, but I get that. Okay, Jeff Tweedy, it's a good pick.
But Wesley Schultz is the pick.
Okay. Yeah, of course, but yeah, okay, nice.
So plane goes down. Nick Offerman with his Swiss Army knife, shelter, warmth, canoe.
Sure.
Kristen Kish with her frying pan and assortment of cooking items to make food and be a cool time to hang out, and Wesley Schultz with his guitar to keep us all entertained around the fire at night.
Sure.
My question for you guys as we talk famous people, so super celebrities or moderately famous, do you have a fun celebrity famous person run-in story? Have you ever bumped into anybody in the wild or anything like that?
Yeah, I was going to ask this too. I really don't think I have. I mean, like sporting events and concerts, that doesn't really count. I can't think of a time when I've shook hands with a famous person in a bar or something like that.
Yeah, I've got a few of the ones I should
Fun
tell.
or funny though? Like keep it good.
Well,
keep it good.
this is two, and they're both athletes, but they're both big enough names that I think this counts in this context. The legendary first baseman Frank Thomas from Chicago White Sox, slugger.
Yeah.
He owns a brewery or owned a brewery in San Diego or something, and he was at a beer festival I went to one time, and he was there pouring beers, and he is a gigantic man and also incredibly nice as well too. Was very, very friendly. And then I met Dennis Rodman one time in Las Vegas.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Did he kick you in the nuts?
No, but there's a good story behind this. I was there. I think I was in college or right after college. My dad, who worked in the consumer electronics industry for a long time, was there for CES, and he, a couple weeks before, was like, "Hey, I've got an extra ticket. If you want to come hang out, come hang out." And I'm like, "Sure." So I fly in, go to the hotel room, drop my stuff off, and he goes, "Oh, come meet me at Planet Hollywood. Let's go, get a beer or something." So we walk in, and I haven't been in Planet Hollywood in a long time, but the way it was set up is there's these like U-shaped bars that were facing these pit stages, and there was like a house band playing cover tracks or whatever. And my dad and I are sitting in the corner of this U-shaped bar, and he's kind of talking to me. He's looking at me and talking, and then all of a sudden, he just looks up, and he kind of pokes me and says, "Turn around," and it's Dennis Rodman at the bar right there. And I'm like, oh, I mean, I'm from the Chicagoland area. It's the Bulls, the 90s. I got to say hi. And so I just said, "Hey, Mr. Rodman, how's it going?" And he just said, "Hey," gave me a little thumbs up, and then walked away. And then 10 minutes later, he jumps on stage with the band and starts singing and dancing along to all the songs that were there, unprompted in every way, shape, and form. So
That's a good one.
yeah, pretty good.
That is a good one.
Yeah, it's pretty solid.
Yeah,
So,
nice.
So living in New York, we ran into like some celebrities, and when I say run into, like you see them on the street, kind of naturally.
Sure. Yeah.
It's not a big deal. They're just around like regular people.
Yeah.
But I do have a funny one there. I think I was walking back from the barber shop or something. Doesn't matter, right? I'm walking toward home, and this celebrity lived on the block behind us in the same neighborhood, but I never had seen him. Standing on the corner, and we cross in the crosswalk, or I got to the other side where he had kind of pulled up, and I look up, and he had that look in his face that celebrities get when they realize that you've recognized
Sure.
them.
Yeah.
And he just gives me the old, like, chin up, sup, like, super casual. And I'm so, like, tripped up by it that I just kind of, like, put my head forward and I, fling myself forward and keep going. Dude's rocking a fedora, and he's on an adult scooter. And when I talk about an adult scooter, I'm not talking about, like, the Lime scooter. I'm talking about, like, an oversized Razor scooter. It's fucking Jason Sudekis. And I'm like, you giant child. Like standing out there looking cool in his fedora, riding a Razor scooter around and recognizing just one nobody on the street and giving the old, hey.
Yeah.
It was kind of a funny one.
I like that.
That is the vehicle I would expect to see him on.
Yeah.
It works, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Don't know why, but it fits.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Nice. All right, Justin, it sounds like you will survive and thrive on your island. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back with some more picks. And we're back. Throwing it over to Mitch to hear some desert island celebrity gossip.
Yeah. So I kind of went through the same mental process on who I was going to pick, and I think I'm a little bit more, maybe more unhinged than you are, Justin. So we'll see what happens here. So I'm going from a survival standpoint, and this is someone that I think will solve a lot of problems that I know I will face on the desert island. You know him from hosting a bunch of different things. I'm picking Bear Grylls.
Yeah, it's an obvious pick.
Yeah, it's in there. I think he's kind of a douchebag politically, and there's some things that I don't love about him. But if you cut him off from the outside world, I'm assuming he's probably a better person at that point. He hosted, I can't even think of the shows that he's hosted, but you know him for
It was
Man vs. Wild.
Man vs.
That's
Wild,
what
yeah.
it was. Yeah. Yeah. Again, you know him. He's a celebrities on there, dropping him off in unique places. I think he was a Royal Marine as well too, or something else along those lines before he got a start. I know he's a mountaineer, so I feel like from a safety, security, getting shelter and needs met, all set. If we want to drink our pee, he's done that before as well too, and that option is there. So
Yeah.
Is that something you're looking for?
well, I'm going to pass some time at some point.
That was the reason he didn't make my list. Is like I respect what he's doing, and I think he would come in handy. But I don't want to drink my own piss.
Yeah. So say you already have your own brew, and you don't need to bring his element into there if you can.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Again, he seems like he's an okay hang. I think I've seen some things on social media where it's like, yeah, you're not stellar, but I think you separate that part of it when you don't have social media involved as well. So
He's also got the experience.
Yeah,
Like
right.
He's been on this, maybe not this island, but he's been on the island before.
Yeah,
He's your best chance at survival.
yeah,
Probably.
totally. So that he feels that need there. So
What do you view as like the number one skill that you would lean on him for?
I think there's a hard skill and a soft skill. The hard skill would be being able to build a shelter in some way, shape, or form from like a foundational level. I think if we're spending more time on there, like I'm assuming our plane crashes, you have like 2 days to figure your shit out or you're going to die because the elements are there.
Yeah.
I think he gets us through that initial period of like, we're finding shelter, and then as we are stuck on this island, we can keep adding to it and building it from there as a collective group. So, and then I think also, like, honestly, the ability to find clean drinking water as well would be a big help in that space.
I think what's the rule of thumb? I think it's 3 minutes for oxygen, 3 hours for shelter, 3 days for water, 3 weeks for food, something like that.
Sounds right. Yeah. Yeah.
What does that
buy
mean?
Listeners,
Eagle
do
Scout.
not. That's like
How long you have
that's
before you die.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice.
That's
Yeah.
the limit.
Yeah.
Do not take my word for that, listeners. But that's
Yeah.
I've heard that before.
Yeah. Side note, I do think now that this premise is deviating from our other ones in the sense that, with movies, we're implying that we're able, or filmographies or whatever, we're able to have our needs met in some way. This one, I think I'm taking as none of our needs are met, and you're supplying it in that space.
I think you're right. Or
Yeah.
or like with directors' filmographies or movies or whatever, you've got the TV screen.
Yeah.
But
And the
you're
popcorn.
You're on your own
It
for
projects into the sky.
surviving
Correct.
everything else.
Yeah, I think that's
So
fair.
this is just like making that part easier.
Yeah, great. Okay, cool.
Good pick.
Yeah, thanks. Okay, in terms of one thing he's going to bring with him when he gets onto the island, I think it's like a knife. I think that makes the most sense.
Sure.
I don't know if it's like a Bowie knife, but something bigger that we can hack stuff down.
Not a
as well.
pocket knife.
Not a pocket knife. It feels like it's unnecessary. It's a wine bottle opener.
He managed to get that past TSA, did he?
Right, he did. Yeah, we're on a private jet that crashed. So, okay, my second pick. Again, I thought about it from the food standpoint. I was originally going to go with Gordon Ramsay because it feels like it'd be energy-wise, he could be good, but he also seems very intense. He can cook a lot of things, and he's done some like not survival, but like in the wild cooking shows. But I also don't know that I want old dudes on my island because that's not very fun at the same time.
Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah, so
Mix up the energy a little bit.
So I move it up there, and my pick is former judge on Top Chef, Padma Lakshmi.
Yep, good pick. That's where I thought Justin was going when he said Top
Yeah,
Chef.
so did I as well too. But yeah, she can cook. Again, like vibe-wise, she seems like a fun person to hang out with. She seems very multifaceted, and she's really cute. So we'll definitely cut that part of it. But
No, you're
No, we
single?
won't.
Yeah.
No, we won't.
Padme, if you're listening, Mitch is single.
that's please.
This is great. What's her special? I don't watch Top Chef, so what's she known for cooking? Like, what's her? I'm sure she can kind of work her way around a kitchen.
Yeah, I
but-
mean, I don't know. I feel like I've seen some of her cookbooks, and it's a little bit of everything. I know she's I think she's from Sri Lanka, or her family's from Sri Lanka, or there's a Tamil island off the coast of India. But like South Asian in general is obviously where she's from. But from what I've seen cookbook-wise, I think she can make a little bit of everything.
Nice.
So, yeah, so again, I think she seems pretty fun. In terms of what she's bringing, I would say a pot or a pan or some kind of cooking utensil or something along those lines.
That doesn't matter as much. It's just the fun details.
Yes, right. Adding it in there as well. So,
Yeah, you're gonna be eating good. That's a good
yeah.
choice.
Like again, I think and again, if I'm on a desert island, if she's from South Asia, like there's a lot of like location overlap that could be in there in terms of ingredients. So I think that fits into there. Moving on, the third pick. This is probably the most off the wall one, and I was debating. I also thought about John Mayer, but I don't know that I want to hang out with John Mayer that much.
Dennis Rodman.
Dennis Rodman, back from Vegas.
Yeah.
I went back and forth. I thought about music again. John Mayer came up a couple times in my head. I was trying to think of other musicians that would be a good fit. For some reason, like one of the Gallagher brothers from Oasis kept popping up, which would be like the worst experience of your entire life, but could be funny for the sake of this conversation.
I thought you meant the Gallaghers from Shameless. The mess that was that
Oh no,
cast.
the Gallagher, the comedian, so we can smash watermelons
Right,
all the time.
Honestly, all of those are better picks than the Oasis.
Correct.
brothers.
That's 100% correct. But no, my final answer is Paul Rudd. He just seems like a fun hang. I feel like I've seen him in interviews, and maybe that's a bit of a facade, but it seems like just, I don't know, like a good dude. Just would
I
want
like
to hang
that
out
I
with
love
him.
it, man.
Yeah.
I like that
Yeah.
guy.
Again, like, you need some levity in there. We have our needs met with someone who can cook well, who would also, like, teach us these skills so we can rotate that responsibility, and same thing with Bear Grylls and finding water.
Yep.
You need someone you just, you can just vibe with a little bit. So,
Yeah, I don't know if he's married or not, but if he's not married, he's definitely stealing Padme from you.
yeah, I'm just trying to survive at this
Okay,
point in time.
okay.
That's fine.
As long as you're okay with that.
Look, I'm on the pecking order. I understand I'm very low on the list.
I mean,
Really
coming in
happens.
second to Paul Rudd, that's not bad.
It's a win.
Yeah.
I mean, that's again. I
But
think
do
he
you
was.
come in third to Bear?
Yeah, well, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, what
there.
are you
So-
bringing to the table on this island?
Absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Well,
That was not the question here as
yeah.
well. So
Other than being a good hang, do you think Paul Rudd brings much more than levity to the island? Or is he just a chum? And that's cool. I'm just curious.
I do not know enough about him to give you an informed answer on that one. So maybe he has some other skills that I don't know about.
You're
seems
not
like
going to
he's-
say he came off the plane with his Ant-Man costume? And he's going to...
That real Ant-Man one. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna have him. I mean, I don't know that he can play guitar, but I'm having him bring a guitar just so we have it on the island at that point as well, too. So
He looks like he could play guitar.
Yeah, he can
He
figure
looks
it
like
out.
he's fished a day or two in his life.
100%.
Yeah.
Again, here's the thing. Our basic needs are going to be met with the first 2 picks. We'll figure the rest of this shit out in real time for entertainment as well. So
Didn't he play the bass? And
Oh, yeah, he
Slapping
slaps-
the bass.
he
Slap
slaps
the
it,
bass?
yeah.
Slapping the bass, man.
Yeah, see?
No.
Good
Yeah.
hang.
Yeah.
I bet he can play the bass.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hope you're into Rush.
The most complex music on the most deserted
Yeah.
island of all time.
Speaking of Paul Rudd, I fucking love Paul Rudd, but I think I Love You Man was the last good movie he was in, besides the Marvel movies.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of what else would
And
be.
that
in
was
there.
like 15 years ago or something.
Yeah, I don't know enough. I'm going to maybe think of this in real time of what else he's been in, but I don't disagree with that. I can't think of anything else that I've truly...
He was in Friendship that came out this year with
Oh, right, with Tim
Which is
Robinson.
good,
Yeah.
But he's got a little bit of it's kind of a weird role.
Okay. I mean, again, I love Tim Robinson's, but his stuff is,
I
Weird.
see he didn't make your list for Desert Island Hangs.
Correct. Yes.
I
No,
mean,
he was
when
in
was
the newer
This Is
Ghostbusters
40?
movie.
Oh,
movies.
perfect.
I liked those. So, sorry, that doesn't matter.
Yeah.
The one with the female cast or the original cast?
The original cast, the 2 that are after that.
God,
So,
I saw both those. I remember liking
Oh.
them. It's just interesting. I don't remember him even being in it. So
he was also in the new Anaconda remake, so he's got survival skills being on the boat. Unless he
you go.
dies in that movie.
there
I
you
haven't
go.
seen it.
There
So,
you go. I have not watched it yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I
I
will.
mean, yeah. Even off screen, seems like a great dude.
Good dude. Yeah. Oh.
Nice picks.
Very
Nice
nice.
picks.
Thank
Yep.
you. Thank you.
All right, we're gonna take one more quick break and then we'll wrap this up. All right, we're back, and it's my turn to make some celebrity desert island picks. Mitch, I love the Paul Rudd pick, and my first pick is also solely on vibes.
Yeah.
And that's Charles Barkley.
Great choice.
Yeah.
Great choice.
Yeah, best known as the former professional basketball player and now voice and best part of Inside the NBA.
Correct. Yeah.
This was my easiest choice. I was like, who do I want to hang out with on a desert island
Totally.
forever? It's Charles Barkley. I love basketball. I love playing it. I love talking about it. Basketball is obviously the thing in his carry-on that he saved from the plane.
Sure.
We're going to play some one-on-one. He's going to tell me all his crazy stories about Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
We're just going to shoot the shit all day.
Love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Talk churros, talk San
San
Antonio.
Antonio. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm so excited to hang out with Charles Barkley.
Yeah. I'm mad at myself. I'm not even thinking of that. That's such a great pick.
and we even teed it up with the Dennis Rodman
Yeah,
conversation.
Yep,
man.
I thought you might steal.
Yeah, no, that's such a good pick. Sir Charles is the best man. He's a vibe. I love him.
He's one of those people I feel like can get along with everybody.
Totally,
Too. Like he's
yeah.
a glue guy.
Totally. Yes.
He's on this island.
Yes.
Yeah.
I would agree. I mean, he, again, to your point of what makes Inside the NBA work, he takes himself the right amount of serious when the moment calls for it, but otherwise is just a great hang to be around, a great person to listen to.
Yeah. 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 So I'm excited. I think he's going to gel with everybody. Justin, are you a Charles Barkley fan?
I am. The pick caught me off guard, though. I didn't see it coming, so I'm a little bit speechless on it. I remember, he's such a large motherfucker. So I'm not we're not tall guys, right? But I always was like, man, what is it like for somebody that just looks down on the world?
Yeah.
And literally. And he was having a conversation about Shaq once, and he's like, I've never looked up to anybody. He goes, but I'm a big guy, and I look up to Shaq, and I look to the sides on Shaq, and that's a huge motherfucker. And it just made me laugh. So I never really escaped that comment, and every time I see him now, I just chuckle a little bit just at the sight of him. So I
That's
like
awesome.
the pick.
Yeah.
It makes
Great.
me smile.
Great.
Okay.
call. Yeah.
Okay. That's great. I think he's going to get along really well with my second pick, which is Jamie Hyneman, who is best known as one of the Mythbusters.
Wow, I like that. Okay.
So I think Charles will kind of fall into the Adam Savage role, and they'll kind of have their old dynamic back.
Sure.
But I wanted someone who was, again, felt like they could hang on the island,
Yep.
but was also kind of an engineer and is going to anything we need to do, they're going to figure out a way to do it. So
Sure.
from his Wikipedia page, it says he has worked as a boat captain, a certified dive master, a wilderness survival expert, a linguist, an animal wrangler, a machinist, and a chef.
Okay.
He's bringing a little bit of everything.
He's a
to this
Renaissance
place.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
what's the one tool you're going to allow him to get off the plane? Swiss Army knife?
Yeah, a Leatherman. Let's go with Leatherman.
Okay.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, I feel like he's going to spearhead the shelter making. He's going to help build the kitchen. He's going to take me out on excursions around the island. He's going to map it. He's going to make sure that any kind of thing we can come up with, he's going to figure out a way to do it.
Yeah.
And it's going to be fun. Like, we're going to, Mythbuster it out along the way.
It's a great pick and something I never considered. I feel like I saw some interviews with Adam Savage, his co-host from Mythbusters, and mentioned he's kind of an introverted, quiet dude as well too. Which, like,
Yes.
From a needing time to yourself on this island together, that might not always be a bad thing by any means too. So.
For sure. Yeah. I think he will be okay with alone time, with quiet time.
Yeah.
He's not going to get up in your business. Not going to need attention.
Yeah.
Like Chuck will.
I was going to say he's going to balance Chuck out very well in that space.
It's all about balance.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I think so too. Okay, so those are my first two, and then like you both have picked, I need someone who's gonna kind of cook some food, make the shelter feel a little bit less like a hut and more like a home.
Don't do it.
I'm picking Martha Stewart.
Oh boy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
I have an observation, and it makes me feel like a scumbag. We all picked women for our food element, and
That's not the only reason I'm picking her, but I hear what you're saying.
yeah, that sounds like we're terrible.
Shit.
No,
I hear what you're saying.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I get what you're
I
saying.
stole that.
I hear what you're saying. I'm happy to pick up some of the cooking duties as well. I
Yeah.
love to cook. Okay.
Yeah. Go ahead. Sorry.
So she's kind of like does a little bit of everything. She cooks, obviously. She bakes. You name it. She kind of does it around the house, which is amazing. She also probably has some awesome prison stories.
Sure. Yeah.
She's not a snitch. So if
True. She abides by our national no snitching policy.
Yeah, if I steal Charles Barkley's basketball, she's not going to rat me out.
Yeah.
And I think she's going to get along with the other two. I think kind of the Charles Barkley interactions with her and with Jamie, I think it's going to be make for an interesting island.
Yeah.
She's got to have a rad personality, right? Because she's pretty tight with Snoop now, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like, to be able to hang with that guy, he's the king of cool. So
Yeah. And I
she's
think
got to be all right.
Yeah, and I think she brought some of her good weed from the plane.
Yeah. And if there's any kind of, monkey economy, you can get tips for insider trading on top of that.
There
as
you
well,
go.
too. So
What
there you
is
go.
monkey economy?
don't worry about it. It's not a big deal.
Okay.
So
I'll be looking that one up.
yeah.
But if bananas are currency.
Yeah, correct. Or coconuts or something else along those lines. So, also, good band name.
Monkey
Banana
currency.
economy?
Monkey economy.
Monkey, yeah. Kind of a mouthful.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
whatever.
I'm really hoping one of these people can play guitar. Not that we will have a guitar on this
Yep.
island, but
You know Charles can play a guitar.
I don't know. He doesn't
No,
strike
you know
me
what?
as someone who can carry a tune.
He's
Yeah,
going to
I-
build
that-
and play the bongos.
Oh man, he might get voted off.
Yeah. I don't think of Chuck as a very handy person from what he said about himself. He's also like a giant dude who is not limber at this point, so I do not assume with him as a builder in the same space.
Yeah,
Like a
if-
little stiff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If there's chores to do, I don't think he's getting up off his beach chair
Hell no.
to do them.
100%.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I think he's.
He's-
But
Right.
you've made it clear that Martha will be doing the home cleaning and sewing and baking for you.
I would like her skills, and then she can help teach me. And I bet Jamie Heineman knows his way around a sewing machine too.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Very nice. Very
Before
nice.
I dig myself into a deeper hole here, those are my picks, and I stand by them.
Yeah. Good
Yeah.
choice.
Sounds like a fun time.
Okay, so because this is, three dudes, we have to declare a winner here. So we're choosing which island, not your own, that you would like to go visit.
So assuming like a tidal wave is going to wipe out our island and take out our celebrities, so we're...
Yeah, or if you just need like a break.
Are we in this situation saying us and our famous people are coming to the other island,
think
or
it's just
just
you.
us?
I think it's just you.
us.
Yeah,
All
it's
right,
just you.
all
It's
right.
like an exchange
Yeah.
program.
Okay, then
Yeah, you want to kick us off, Justin?
I'm happy to do that since I went first here. So I think just for the hilarity of it, I'm going to paddle my way over to Alex's island this time. Mitch, I liked your picks, with the one exception of the commentary around Bear, that he seems like an asshole, And I bet that would be amplified if the stakes were really that high. He does not seem like somebody I'd want to be around. It would be stressful, and I think it would make it worse.
That's interesting because I kind of feel like he's the one that's going to be cool under pressure.
Yeah, I think it's the opposite. I think his ability to solve problems is what's going to mellow everybody out. So,
Yeah.
I think he might be a little too intense. Like,
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
he might
That's
make
fine.
things harder on purpose. Like, oi, Mitch, eat this fucking worm.
And, well,
Great accent. Great accent there.
So your Jamie pick I really liked
Yeah.
too. I
Okay,
think
thanks.
that's a very clever pick. I kind of just want to see the shenanigans that happen over on Alex's Island.
Yeah, we're building flamethrowers.
Yeah, correct.
Very cool.
Yeah. I'll go next. Yeah, I'm going to your island, Alex. I want to hang out with Chuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, again, I think I can go either way on Jamie Heineman. I don't really care, but I also agree Martha would be pretty funny to hang out with. But Chuck is the real draw for me in that space.
I think that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, Justin, I'm going to go to your island. I think Nick Offerman is my favorite person out of the two that I would want to hang and spend some quality time marooned with.
Whittling wood.
Just, yeah. All right. We've got some comments from Instagram. Some people had some great and hilarious picks of which people they would like to be stuck on a desert island with. So I'll start this off here. Patrick says Johnny Kim, Seth Rogen, and Jon Stewart as the island president.
No, he assigned a president on that one.
Yeah, this is not a democracy.
Yeah, the fun part here is that these people do not get to defend their picks,
No.
so we just get to kind of come up with the reasoning behind this on their behalf. So, what are your thoughts, Alex, as you read those aloud?
Yeah.
Is that
Let me
Johnny
Google
Kim
who
the-
Johnny Kim is.
He's an
real quick,
astronaut,
and then,
isn't he?
He's a Navy SEAL,
Okay,
then
that's a
became
good
a
pick.
doctor, and then became an astronaut.
Oh, that's that guy.
Jesus.
Okay,
Yeah.
I've seen the meme. I didn't know.
Yeah.
That actually seems like a good pick. Then,
It's
because
a great pick.
Yeah.
Navy SEAL alone seems like something that you need on an island.
Your problems will be solved from a living standpoint, I feel like.
Seth Rogen and Jon Stewart, very entertaining. And I like Jon Stewart a lot in this world. I don't know if I'm going to like him as much if there's 4 people on this island forever.
I feel like I've heard people that he has worked with or are friends with him talk about him as a person in real life, not in a bad way, just like who he is and his lifestyle. Seems very introverted, very
Oh, really?
locked into his own space.
Is that John or Seth?
John.
John.
And so it wouldn't be bad, but the Jon Stewart you want from a voice standpoint probably isn't going to be that same person.
Yeah, that's fair. And I think, like, as president, he's a good representative if we have to make some big decisions.
Yeah.
But on a day-to-day basis, like, I don't know, is he really bringing a lot?
You're stuck on the fucking island.
You
What
got
big
Seth
decisions
Rogen
do you
there?
have? Yeah. It's
Yeah.
whether or not you engage in the monkey economy or not. And that's
Right.
basically it.
Right.
So
Right. All right, we had some other comments, too.
Yeah, I love that some of these comments put 3 solid picks on there
Yeah.
too. It wasn't
Yeah.
just like 1 or 2, but Kirsten said she took Taylor Swift, Ryan Reynolds, and Josh Duhamel. How do you Duhamel? How do you say his last name?
That's
Probably
Duhamel?
not like that.
Yeah.
almost guaranteed that's not how you
this
say it.
Kirsten here, it looks like she's wanting to go to this island for a little eye candy and good time, if you know what I mean. And she wants a ride or die, and Taylor Swift there with her. So
Yeah.
I can't see any value in having a Ryan Reynolds on the island.
This is a
Other than-
bachelorette trip pick.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Which
For
respect.
sure.
Respect.
Yeah, I mean, it's her
So
island. She gets to pick who
respect.
she wants.
100%.
So I like it, but
Yeah.
we know where her head's at there.
Yeah.
You got the next one, Mitch?
I do. From Denise, or Diozeri79, we have Ann Wilson from Heart
Okay.
or Ryan Gosling.
Just those 2. Oh, who wants to interpret this?
One or the other. Like,
Or
those are
not and.
interchangeable people.
Not and.
That is so funny.
Or.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
Thank you, Denise. Yeah, these are 2 far ends of the spectrum from each other. Again, like, Ryan Gosling, attractive guy. Ann Wilson from Heart, I don't know what you're getting out of that. She's a great singer, songwriter, but very, very 2 far ends of the spectrum. So,
Yeah, I mean, I'd rather have her than Ryan Gosling,
correct.
I think.
Yeah,
But
100%.
that is
Yeah.
hilarious either or.
Yeah.
Okay, Dan says, kind of similar, Jim Carrey and Jack Black.
I don't hate Jack Black. Jim Carrey seems very intense, and I don't know that I want that on
Do you think
on my-
he's like that in like his own life and stuff? I bet he's really introverted and like.
I don't know. I feel like I saw something on social media where he kind of like went from I'm going to misquote this, but like disassociated himself and his ego and id, and had a bunch of stuff that he posted on the internet about that, and seemed insufferable is not the right word, but working shit out is maybe the way to say it.
Hi.
I don't know. Yeah, maybe.
He paints a lot.
Yeah.
As I understand it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a draw.
Yeah.
That's a good.
Yeah.
Do you think this island would annoy you with too much Jack Black and Jim Carrey?
Yes.
in it?
Yeah.
Yes.
It'd be a lot. You'd be pretty overstimulated, I think.
Yeah, I
Also-
think so too.
Also, after the first like year and their shtick, they kind of are tired of doing their shtick. Like,
Yeah.
who are they?
Who are they?
Like, what are they
Yeah.
doing?
Mhm.
Yeah.
I don't know.
All right, Jared. He just picked one to rule them all, and that's the mighty Dave Grohl.
Okay.
Love the pick. I think that Dave Grohl seems like a cool dude.
Yeah.
I read his book. He seems all right.
Sure
His
he is.
music's rad.
Yep. Great
So,
stories to tell, I'm sure.
Yeah, life on the road. I like the pick. I wonder how long you could last and just be like, okay, I'm kind of sick of this guy. Like,
Yeah.
why is he sitting over there all the time?
Yeah, I guess by not introducing anyone else, it's just like you're getting a lot of Dave Grohl time, just the two of you. So, yeah.
I mean, maybe insert yourself into his next band
yeah, that
project
could,
or something.
That could be it.
Yeah.
Um,
what do we have left?
We got one more, and this is from, if you're listening and we didn't get this right, please let us know. But we couldn't associate it with anyone's name. We have a combination of Andy Cohen, John Mayer, and Heidi Gardner. I don't know who Heidi Gardner is.
She is a comedian from SNL.
Oh, yeah,
She's
I know she is.
Fucking
Yeah,
hilarious.
she's very funny.
These sound a lot like my wife's picks or one of her close friends.
Huh. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Andy Cohen, he's awesome.
John, yeah, I didn't put that. The John Mayer part makes a lot more sense now that I think about
Yeah.
that. So, I don't know. Maybe
Doesn't that reek of my wife?
That's
those
Scott.
picks?
That's
Yeah.
when you say it like that, I think so. So yeah, maybe I don't know.Maybe it's someone who helps produce this podcast. I'm not even sure, but
Good stuff.
no big deal or anything. So
Yeah.
Appreciate the participation from the listeners. That's always a fun time.
Yeah, 100%. Those are some great picks. Any like close calls that you guys want to call out before we wrap this up? Anybody who just didn't quite make it off the plane?
I think I talked through mine again. The Gordon Ramsay one was the close one on there on that side. I did debate Bear Grylls, but I didn't really have anyone else to sort him in there, so he kind of always was the in from the survival standpoint there. So
No, not beyond what I talked about. And I think the biggest thing was like avoiding ultra celebrity.
Yeah.
Because as like neat as it is to see them in the wild, you don't really know who these people are. And I have to err on the side of being a little bit safe on who I'm going to take for my picks.
Yeah, that makes sense. I thought pretty hard about Dr. Anthony Fauci, but that was the only omission.
it's a good choice. I mean, I don't know how practical he'd be on the island itself because he'd be a doctor, so that part would help.
Yes,
But, yeah.
I mean that's the only. Yeah, thought a doctor on a desert island.
Yeah.
I mean Jack thrived in Lost.
Sure,
So,
that's a good point.
yeah.
You could have done, Dr. Phil as well too. But
Yeah,
no.
you get into celebrity
joke. That was a
doctor
joke.
land,
That was a
and
joke.
it's dangerous
Exactly.
territory.
Yeah.
Like they're
Exactly.
all freakazoids
Yeah.
or in it for fame, but
Well-
don't have the real credentials you need to survive.
Right. To pull back another metaphor again, they're all celebrities who moonlight as doctors.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, bear would probably suck the poison out of your arm, right? If you got bit by a snake.
No,
and-
he would know not to do that. In fact.
Is that true?
Yeah. Don't do that.
What?
Yeah.
You're
Don't
not,
do that.
You're not supposed to suck the poison out?
No, that just poisons you.
Well, you don't swallow it. You spit it out.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, that's all you need to say. Don't comment on that.
This is why I need support on my island.
Yeah.
Yeah. You need a Bear Grylls to tell you that.
Yeah.
Well, apparently not, because I picked your island.
As always, we really appreciate the participation. It's always fun to read comments from people. So please follow us on Instagram at the Desert Island Pod. Check us out at our website on thedesertislandpod.com, where we'll have all our show notes. Follow and leave a review wherever you get your pods, or email your episode suggestions to thedesertislandpod@gmail.com. Thanks for visiting the island, and please send help.
Thanks.
See ya.